Good.
So,
So can you?
ooh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me pause. You want me to pause it?
I was just gonna ask.
All right, y'all. It's your boy Trey. Let's just talk Trey. And I am here with, can they know your name? However you, whatever you want them to know you by.
My name is known as Blue Poodle. So, just
Let's
known
go.
as common name is Blue, but short.
Mm,
Even everybody I engage, they're like, "No, you Blue to me." So, Blue.
mm.
hmm
Where'd you get the nickname Blue from? Blue Poodle.
That is actually my line name.
Really?
So yeah, well, my line name is not Blue Poodle. It's actually Blue Affinity, but you just do
Mm.
variations of it.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just stuck. So for
Come
those that
on,
don't
man.
know, I am a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
Come
Our
on.
colors are blue and gold, so that's where you get the blue.
I love it. I love it. That blue and gold look nice on you too. I ain't gonna lie. That color was all that's always a good mixture of a color. Blue and gold.
Right?
That's a
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
mixture. Like, come on now. What made you join a sorority? Let's start there. What made you want to be a part of a sisterhood and you know what I'm saying? The goods and the bads of it. Was there hazing and bullying? Like, what made you want to join a sorority?
Yeah, so actually, I joined the organization in East St. Louis, Illinois. So it
Okay.
was actually after undergraduate. So I went through graduate chapter.
Wow.
And I think for me, it was looking to find a place where I could be a builder.
Mm,
So growing up in my community was largely two of the older organizations. So it
mm,
wasn't until I went off to college,
yeah.
actually graduate school, that I come across, okay, there are more options
Yeah.
and got to meet the ladies and things like that. So it was absolutely looking for a place where I could be a builder. So that's how I ended up with Sigma Gamma Rho.
Wow. That's what's up. That's what's up. Do y'all still talk? Do you and the members that were there when you were in college, y'all still
Oh, oh,
y'all sisters?
absolutely. Yes, yes, I was. Yeah, so I was number four to tell Poodle. So we
Mm,
absolutely engaged, but the organization's far bigger than just who you come into the organization with. So it's the
right.
sisterhood across the board for
Wow.
me, you know. So
Mm,
just real quick, I share a story that we had a regional conference one time,
mm,
and I was in grad school, and I went on a community service
okay.
project trip all the way out in Oklahoma.
Mm.
And I accidentally left my cell phone at home. So I'm on
Oh.
spring break with no cell phone.
Oh no.
And my supervisor forgot that she approved me off. So my sorority system's on the second floor. The next thing you know, they already put out a missing person report, everything on
Yo.
me. And
What?
then that year we had just had an ice storm.
Wow.
So in my hometown, the phone lines and things like that. It still wasn't all digital at that time. People still had landlines. So
Yeah.
my mom was out of pocket. They was trying to call my mom. They got the local police to go by the house, and
Nah,
my
you
mom was
lying.
already out that day.
What?
Everything. So they went looking for me. So
They
when
went
I
looking for
turned
you.
up, you know,
You got
it
whooped.
was wild. It was wild. But that's what other people say from that is that Simon Gamma was
Yeah.
gonna find their sister. So
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
absolutely. So that's my organization. That's my sisterhood.
Wow, wow. Is it really
hmm
so when I was in college, people were telling me I should join, or I had some dudes looking at me in regards to joining certain frats and things like that. But I didn't really want to do it
hmm
because I don't know. For me, I'm very much so just like a not a lone wolf, but I can be like I'm comfortable being a lone wolf, but
hmm
I also love community. I love groups, which is what you see on my
hmm
stuff. Like I run communities, I run groups, so I love them. But I don't know if maybe it was just the leader in me or the dog in me. I don't know what you want to call it, but it is a sorority or a fraternity. Is it, because sometimes people see it as like, oh, it's for people who are needy, they just need people, or is it also a community where it builds your leadership skills, it builds your
Right,
confidence, and
right,
it build. What is it like? What's the environment like in a sorority or fraternity?
right. So when it comes to Greek life, it's not for everybody. I think
Mm,
that's what people gotta understand. It's not for
mm,
everybody.
yeah,
We all have our individual mission statements and values
yeah,
started by all of our founders.
mm,
So, but at the end of the day, it is about contribution and impact to our community. So that's the
yeah,
overarching theme of it. But as
yeah,
far as you're looking at an individual organization, this is about, like you said, community. It is. And we're mobilizing for impact.
yeah,
Um, but the beautiful benefit from it is how you grow with your sisters.
mm,
How, thanks to social media, you have close bonds with sisters that you've never met in
mm,
person.
yeah,
The support is phenomenal. I got so many of my sorors who I met and not met in
wow,
my phone that I can call on
mm,
and talk to them, or if fall on hard times, there's
yeah,
an opportunity there. So it's so much bigger than what meets the eye. I
yeah,
think the challenge of it now is that social media is so fluid, it can
mm-hmm,
create a narrative
mm-hmm,
that only is an aspect of it.
yeah,
So it's not just the parties or just
yeah,
the colors or the
yeah,
letters and things
mm-hmm,
like that, because none of that makes you. You bring who you are to the organization.
mm,
And so, but it's like anything else,
yeah,
whether, in everything in life, it's always going to be a structure, and
yeah,
it's always going to be authority. It's always going to be, collective and
yeah,
things. So, it comes down to the individual. It comes down what is in alignment for you.
mm,
And, could you stand on the mission by yourself? You
mm,
don't need to necessarily have, a whole line of sisters. If
mm,
you find yourself anywhere, do you stand on that? So,
mm,
yeah, I'm very thankful. I'm very
mm,
thankful for um, the historically Black organizations
yeah, yeah,
withstanding so much, withstanding time, and
yeah,
withstanding, college is a
yeah,
lifetime commitment,
mm-hmm.
so it definitely has its benefits.
You mentioned, and obviously, again, Black African American
Hmm.
sororities and
Hmm.
all Black colleges. You know what I'm saying? Just things like that. Morehouse, Spelman, all these different.
Hmm.
I'm in Atlanta, so I'm right over here with it. But when you mention sororities and fraternities, are there still frats and sororities that are all Black and all? Are they still existing, or is it just that they are founded on the foundation of all Black colleges and things like that, but they include everyone, or is that still a thing where you have like all Black sororities and fraternities? I wasn't sure.
So let me see if I understand. Your question is, um, do we, does it just, is it existing, or is it
Yeah,
impactful?
yeah, is it existing, I guess. So when it comes to
Hmm.
frats and sororities, I know you have the guys and the girls,
Hmm.
the sororities, the fraternities, but
Right.
is it are there frats and sororities that are all Black, all white, all like is that
Oh,
a thing?
okay. Is there inclusion? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
there are different ethnicities in
Mm,
the Greek letter organizations.
really? Okay. Oh.
There's also, international chapters,
Okay.
so we have one just started in Ghana,
Wow.
Germany. We just started one in Dubai. So,
What?
oh
Wow.
yeah. So there's absolutely, so we are, international. I
Mm.
guess, and the other organizations are too. They all
Yeah.
can list a number of international organizations, their locations and
Mm.
stuff like that. So, but the work still stands.
Yeah.
The historical foundation is still uh, the main focus.
Yeah.
So, that has to be understood,
Mm.
So, but absolutely, we're on different parts of the country, different parts of the world.
Wow. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was just nationwide, like the United States. You mean to tell me the frats and
Mm-mm.
sorority, the Greek life is
Mm-hmm.
international?
Correct.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So how do y'all communicate if y'all international? How y'all communicating with each other? Like, is there still a collective, or are y'all coming together and
It's still
talking?
collective. Yeah, it's still
How?
collective. We held a
Dang.
big meeting conference over in Ghana in
What?
2023, I think it was.
Wow.
And so
You flew out to
uh,
Ghana.
I didn't go to Ghana,
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
there were people in my chapter that did. They went to
Wow.
Ghana.
Wow.
And that, yeah. And then also people in my chapter was also there for the chartering of the chapter in Japan.
Okay.
But I mean, but when it comes to the conferences, of course, they would have to come to the States for the conferences at this point.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm not, there could be a thing later on
Yeah.
in terms of having that, but they still it's still the same
Mm,
policies, procedures, and different things that
yeah.
apply to their community. But I mean, in any situation, of course, you're gonna have to um, be flexible and
Yeah.
adjust to your environment. So there
Yeah.
might be something, particularly in the Bible, that we may have to that chapter may have to adjust. But
Mm.
yeah.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Man, you got layers. You know what I'm saying? You got layers. And again, I know this is a huge part of who you are. You know, your sorority. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to
Hmm.
start there. You representing obviously. Look at the
Yeah.
hat. Look at the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? You still
Yeah.
repping. Do you take on mentorship? You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's kind of how I met you. Just kind of giving people context. She jumped in my TikTok live, y'all, and she just, I mean, when I tell you, she just starts spilling words of encouragement, love, and I'm just like, who is this? Like, like, I mean, I don't even think she said, hey, I just think she just came up in there and said, you are amazing, you great, this and that,
Mhm.
or just dropping words of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And it really caught my eye, which is why I wanted to bring you on my podcast because I'm just like, man, people need to know that there's people out there that's just giving out love just to give it out. You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
not asking for nothing in return, not wanting nothing in return. But I am
Right.
curious: are you a mentor to younger Black women, or younger women in general, or younger men? Are you a mentor?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. In terms of
Uh,
mentoring or
yeah.
supporting, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. So,
Mm,
you know, it's kind of like, and I always say I'm just 2 days older than them because we're so close in age, actually.
yeah.
So, I know when they come to me, that's why I try to like, okay, really dump it on them because I don't
Hmm.
know when the next time I'm gonna hear from you like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but absolutely mentoring, absolutely mentor those that I've
Wow.
come across
Yeah.
in terms of supporting, but even wider things, I just support people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's because we're all trying to figure out something.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I've been there. I've been
Yeah.
there why I have, blind to everything,
Yeah.
uncertain about everything, don't have a
Mm,
process on
mm,
processing anything.
yeah.
So, that's just, I'm willing to do that. That's just how I guess it's part of my design that I'm supposed to do while I'm here,
Mm, mm,
so
mm.
absolutely.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I love how in tune you are with your gifts. You know what I'm saying? You in tune with your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Do you get fulfilled? Do you love doing this stuff? Do you get fulfillment out of doing this? Because some people do it, like I said, some people do it to for their own gain, for their own personal gains and stuff. But do you love doing this? You love doing what you do?
You know, I had to get to this point. I had to do my personal work.
Mm,
You know, I had to do my personal work with processing,
mm,
life
yeah,
and from the past to the present.
yeah,
Had to process all of that. And so through processing that
mm,
and then getting to the point to where you find balance because we're
mm,
always going to have to process stuff
yeah,
in life,
yeah,
always evolve, different seasons and stuff.
yeah,
So it's just about getting to a point to where you are balanced
mm,
and then, you'll be able to recognize what it is. But to get to this point,
yeah,
I had to do my work and what works for me may not work for the next
yeah, yeah,
person.
yeah.
You
Mm,
know, I can tell you all day I do this, this, and this, and I've got this person to talk to and that,
yeah,
but it may not yield the same results for somebody else.
yeah,
But the bigger thing is we are experiences, which a lot of it, we had nothing to do with the family we're born into and things like that.
mm, mm-hmm.
When, our experiences all come to give us something because no experience is ever wasted. So
Yeah,
it comes to give us something.
yeah.
I think a lot of times people struggle because they don't want where they are. They may look at somebody else and I want that, or
Comparing,
I want
yeah,
to
yep.
be like that person,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and I think, with our American society, the level of admiration of celebrities and
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
athletes and
Yeah.
now social media, quote unquote, celebrities and things,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that it now creates a different type of competing
Narrative. Yeah.
um, perspective.
Yeah. Yep.
It can color your personal perspective about yourself
Yeah.
because of constant comparing,
Yeah.
you know. So, but that comes back to a skill. But regardless of what has happened to us, it's our responsibility to deal with it and heal it and process.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got a choice in the matter.
So you used to struggle with comparison. You used to like were you ever at a point in your life where you were down bad and you know what I'm saying? How hard of a life are you coming from? I don't know you. I don't know you like that. So that's what I'm asking. I'm just like, where you coming from? Are you coming from, I don't have people on my podcast who are homeless, you know what I'm saying? All different type of stuff. You got to go that deep if you don't want to, but what I guess moments in your life has guided you or impacted you or influenced you very heavily in getting you to where you are right now?
Oh man, absolutely dealt with that. Well, we're in elementary school. That's when we began to
Mm,
build memories.
yeah,
That's what a lot of things have core events.
yeah.
That's where everything begins. My practitioner he made a post about trauma does not
Mm,
lie in an event. It lies unprocessed in the central nervous system,
Wait, what you
right?
mean by that? Break
So
that down.
it's like, think of musical chairs. When you
Mm,
have musical chairs and we always go around in the circle
yeah,
and then the music stops.
yeah,
But it's like you didn't stop. You kept going on in the circle,
yeah.
right? So the actions are still there. The music doesn't stop. It's supposed to stop. So it's like when the trauma of an event takes place and then it
Hmm.
passes,
Yeah,
we're left with the feelings,
yeah.
the narrative, the PTSD of it.
Mm,
We're left with all of those pieces.
yeah,
And so then, eventually either we choose to seek help,
Yeah.
or we choose to, journal write something with that,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
we can just choose to hold it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a conditioning, but the event itself has passed,
Mm.
right? So now
Mm.
we're trying to process out of that. So absolutely dealing with, you know, depression and all the different
Mm.
things along the
Yeah.
way. And eventually looking back now, I feel I did not have control of my brain. I didn't have
Really?
control of my brain, right?
Mm.
But I'm an advocate. I'm such an advocate of taking care of your physical health with
Mm.
that,
Yeah.
because research has shown that deficient vitamin D
Yeah.
can impact depression. So when you bring your vitamin D levels up,
Mm.
iron can impact your mood swings,
Mm.
and you need to bring your iron up.
Wow.
Deficiency in magnesium that can handle anxiety.
Wow.
It can impact your quality of sleep when you have adequate magnesium. Because when we have deficiency in
Yeah.
those and other things, so when we have
Yeah.
chronic deficiency, it can
Yeah.
open up the way for other things.
Yeah.
So I can see a difference when I finally took getting my iron up, getting my vitamin D
Wow.
up, getting my magnesium up, and
Yeah.
taking other supplements to help balance things out.
Yeah.
Your brain fog and all of those things has played a role in
A
it. So I
roll.
can
Yeah.
see I've had deficient iron for a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and
Yeah. My
that's a
mom
big
deal
thing
with that.
for
Yeah.
right. That's a huge thing for women, but
Yeah.
particularly African American women.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah. Hmm.
we tend to have deficiency in a lot of those things. And so, oftentimes when I talk to people,
Yeah.
particularly young women in particular, one of the first things I ask is, do you know your iron levels? Do you know
Mm.
your vitamin D levels?
Yeah.
Because that can,
That
um,
alone. Yeah.
right, that can make a difference in how you show up, period. Because
Yeah.
you're already
Yeah.
out of balance. But
Yeah.
then if you have things, and I'll be telling my friends this, if you have chronic deficiency, it can open up
Yeah.
the door for other things. So at least
Mm.
handle that part, handle the physical part.
Wow.
But
Wow.
then your mental part plays a role in that. I think it was the Autoimmune Clinical Organization group, I think, that
Yeah.
had a study around 2023 about patients who were being freshly diagnosed for autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
80% of them had said that they had an emotional event that took place prior to being diagnosed in an autoimmune um, situation for
Mm.
them. So what my point is, what you think and the condition of your mind absolutely impacts your body. It
Yeah.
impacts your cells. That's
Yeah.
why they call the stomach the second brain,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
Mm.
all goes together. It all goes together.
Man, you the way what you just said, I haven't heard it put that way on my podcast before. Like you said, the physical can sometimes be
Hmm.
affecting the mental. Oftentimes we talk
Hmm.
about getting your mind right and then get your body right, or get your mind right and your body will follow. But what you just said is there's instances in which we have the body deficiencies, things like that, that we aren't even
Right.
aware of, and that's affecting the mental.
Right. Absolutely. The difference between the West and the East.
Yeah.
We're the West, right? We're the
Yeah.
Western. We compartmentalize everything. That's
Yeah.
why you have a clergy for your spiritual, you have a psychologist for your mental, you
Mm,
have a medical doctor for your physical. And even as the medical doctor, you got the cardiologist, you got the
yeah.
eye doctor, all of those things to specialize in addressing things. But out in the East, they believe mind, body, and soul is one thing.
Mm,
So when something needs to be addressed, all of
yeah.
it gets addressed,
All of it gets
not
addressed.
just your body or not just your mind. It's gonna go together. So, but we need to find out, you know, what is telling. That's why they look at your hands to
Yeah.
see, okay, this is this, or we look at your eyes and things like that. So it absolutely is congruent
Wow.
and parallel, right?
Wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Yo, you saying some deep stuff here, woman. You saying some deep Blue, you need to chill out because you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get the pharmaceutical people coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Because you helping people right here. You helping people, seriously. And that even ties into, and it's unfortunate, but I hear this often, and I've been hearing this even more lately, and that is how much of a joke the medical field takes, Black women. That's been the thing where like Black women are fighting for their health, what I'm saying, going into the doctors and telling them something wrong and they're not being taken seriously and people having to fight
Right.
for them. Have you experienced that?
Um, I have to say, is that someone experience? Absolutely, but my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't. I've been very fortunate to
That's good.
have all of
Yeah.
my healthcare providers be very patient.
Yeah.
I ask a lot of questions. I do a
Mm,
lot of research.
mm,
And so I'm going to come in with questions. And then I'm also going to come in with this is the work I've been doing. Do I need to change
yeah.
it? I try to stay on top of, my yearly change and things like
Yeah.
that. One thing, if you're talking about Black women in particular, it is very imperative to have the right OBGYN,
Mm,
healthcare provider,
yeah.
um, for all of everything,
Yeah.
not just the primary care provider. I
Mm,
absolutely love mine. She's funny. We talk, we chat.
yeah.
It's always good. But you know, let's be realistic where we live and the things that we engage, the pollution that's out there.
Yeah.
Again, I'm an advocate for, uh, in particular, what has happened in our community is the colon cancer has definitely been a
Mm,
thing in
yeah.
people under 50. I really think Black
Yeah.
and brown people need to start getting checked like in their 20s,
Yeah.
really, for that.
Yeah.
The hip hop doctor that was on Ricky Smiley, he said, I got into medicine in 1980, and when I started, there was no such thing as a colon cancer. And he
Mm,
said that I registered when people come in my office with any kind of cancer, the first thing I try to do is check the vitamin D. And a lot of times it's so low,
wow.
and sometimes it's not even registered on, it doesn't even register to a number. So your
Oh
my
my
your
goodness.
ideal,
Mm,
yeah, so your ideal vitamin D should be, I believe, 30 or up, 30 to 70, I think, or
yeah.
whatever. um so if it falls below 30, then you're deficient and things like that. So he was talking about that. But the thing about with the colon situation is it takes 10 years to develop. That's why you get your
Mm,
colonoscopy every 5 years.
yeah.
So, but I've met so many people in their 30s
Yeah.
who have succumbed to that, and things like that. And so, it is imperative
Yeah.
to engage your healthcare professional, because the thing about the medical is at least they have the tools to take a look and examine.
Yeah.
Now, you can take that if you have a practitioner, because I'm very much into the holistic approach,
Yeah.
having to, but I have both. So I do have holistic providers and
Mm,
also medical people, because I understand they're the ones that can do all of the testing because they got the tools to zoom in
yeah.
and test on something. And then you
Mm,
can take the results to your holistic provider to see, okay, how do we balance this out?
Right.
And that so as far as having an experience of a healthcare provider not necessarily taking me serious.
Yeah.
I would say from the medical standpoint, no, but I did have one with the eye doctor once.
Mm.
This guy, he was an older man. I don't know if he was tired, but I kept feeling like, am I impeding your bingo night? Because I mean, it was like he was get you in, get you out. And
Yeah.
he said, all you need is just this ointment and be done with it. And that. And so I went and got a second opinion.
Yeah.
And my eye care doctor now, absolutely wonderful, engaged
Wow.
her and everything. And she was like, no, you got dry eye. You know,
Wow.
so, we were able to do that. So, but
Yeah.
overall, I haven't. But I mean, there are a lot of people that do,
Yeah.
as we've seen across social media,
Yeah.
things like that. But and that's a positive part of social media, exposing healthcare providers who
Yeah.
may not be interested in providing quality healthcare to their patients.
Mm.
So you paying
Yeah.
to be there, and I'm putting my health in your hands.
Yeah. You need to
So
take it seriously. Yeah.
right, right.
Well, absolutely. Man, I'm glad, that you haven't dealt with that. I'm really
Hmm.
happy to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it definitely is something that a lot
Hmm.
of, people and specifically our people, Black women
Right,
can experience. And it's good to have that awareness, like you said, asking questions, doing your own research.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Doing those different type of things that
right.
you need to do to kind of stay on top of it yourself.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Doing what you can do.
Right.
All right. You into CrossFitting, right? Like that's something you do. It's something you do. That's something you hardcore and you mentioned that.
Yeah.
How did you get into freaking CrossFit? I mean, anything else would have been reasonable, but CrossFit, that's hard. That's intense. What got
Right.
you into CrossFit?
Yeah, yeah. So I started to take my fitness journey seriously
Mm,
when my mother, who at the time was RN, and so she's
mm,
always done pretty good with her health. No, no problem. Even mentally,
wow.
emotionally, she's always cool as a cucumber
Yeah.
and that. And so when her blood pressure, she went to give blood, and her blood pressure was too high. And she's like,
Mm,
normally it's low. What do we got to figure it out? So, she was having her coworkers, here, check, check it. So she had to, go and get, get established care and everything. So she knew what to do. She was a RN.
yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, oh, I gotta do something,
Mm,
because my father's side is definitely had a lot of health issues,
yeah.
and I just knew I didn't want to be like that.
Yeah.
Um, Prior to that, I did, and I'll be honest about it, I did think, okay, well, I may end up taking medication like my daddy and them,
Mm,
but then I was like, I don't want to be like that. And then when my
yeah.
mom got there, I think it was more of a little bit of fear, like, I definitely got to do something because I really don't want to do
Mm,
that.
mm.
So I just started to just do the exercise thing. Had no clue what I was doing, and then one of my coworkers, yeah, I didn't have no clue. I was just doing it, maybe pull some YouTubes or something. I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
whatever. I was at a gym, just kind of do a little circuit training and just figured out.
By yourself?
Um, and then a coworker of mine, we had just got a CrossFit gym, and she's like saying, "Girl, you need to try this CrossFit." And
Mm,
she showed me her bruises and stuff. I was
dang.
like, "Oh, okay, I'll try it out." And so that next year, that January, I went to the fundamentals class, and I'm like, okay,
Mm,
this is it. It's a great challenge. It's weightlifting. You can, go up, you can
yeah,
increase, you really push your body.
yeah.
And then So when I found that out, that's what it became.
Mm,
I'm really short. So whenever it's like, hey, I might go, knock something over,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
so
You short?
that's yeah.
You say you
So,
really
but
short?
oh yeah, yeah, I'm 5'3".
Oh man, yeah, you short,
Yeah,
short. I'm
yeah,
like
I'm
six
short.
four. I'm tall.
You said, oh, 6'4"?
Yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm super tall.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Athlete sports been around all of that
That's
for a
what's up.
long, long time. So yeah, I'm familiar with the height thing and stuff.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah. So when she showed me, my bruises and everything, went to it, and I'm like, this is my kind of thing because of a different workout every time. They're
Mm,
not doing the same thing. Somebody else is programming it,
yeah.
and it's a good community and things. But what happened was, I think for a number of years,
Mm,
I worked out out of fear because I was just so determined to not be like my family medical history.
mm, yeah.
So that really fueled me. And I think looking back now, it didn't give me the full benefit because
Yeah.
your adrenaline is high. And I was
Yeah.
deficient in iron and all of this
Wow.
other stuff, right? And so, yeah, so it was part of that. But then, once getting everything together, get yourself
Yeah.
together, stuff like that. So now working out is I get to,
Yeah.
now it's about my quality of life. Now it's about um, one of the things I want to do is to remain independent,
Yeah.
being able to do. So that's why I look at, on Instagram and TikTok of people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, really doing some great things. So absolutely, it still goes down to choice. You
Yeah.
get to choose. You do
Yeah.
what you can with your quality of life. And
It's a
so
choice.
now
Yeah.
it's right. I get to do it. So
Yeah.
now this is more. Now CrossFit is just more supportive in what I'm doing for me, as
Mm,
opposed to trying to push out, trying to run from, trying to do it out of fear. If I don't work out, I'm gonna end up like this.
yeah.
Now it's not a concern. It's the other way around. It's I get to do it. I get to, make the choices now that I'll get to see the results
Yeah.
later and things like that. So, um, yeah, so absolutely CrossFit lover. I love weightlifting. I love weightlifting.
Come
I've
on
never
now.
thought about competing because there are competitions and stuff like that. So I haven't gotten to that point. I don't know if I will
Mm,
because when I first started, I was like, I just want to do the workout and go home. That's it. Whereas to a lot of my box mates, they were training for fill in the blank, maybe box competitions on the local level, or maybe some marathons and stuff. A lot of them were training for other things. I just want to do the work
yeah.
and go home.
Yeah.
I think there were times now looking back that I was cutting corners, just simply
Mm.
because of where my mindset
Where your
was,
mindset was, yeah.
period.
Yeah.
Right? But that I think as humans that sometimes we try to do compartmentalize
Absolutely.
everything.
Yep.
I put 100% over here, but do
Yep.
50% over here, and everything is up and down, right?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, now I enjoy the weightlifting. Now it's
Yeah.
about being sure my muscle groups are there, my joints
Yeah.
are oiled, being sure maintaining flexibility, maintaining cardio,
Yeah.
stamina, um, just also just feeling better,
Yeah.
when you have consistency and working out and feeling better. But I think I probably will get back to weightlifting goals,
Mm.
getting back to, deadlift squats on
Yeah.
different push press
Yeah.
goals and stuff like that. I will eventually, but in this moment at this time,
In the season,
you
yeah.
know, right, right. Let me just keep my rhythm going and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, so I absolutely love CrossFit, but I'm an advocate for whatever works for you,
Yeah.
do that. You
Yeah.
know, if it's
Yeah.
yoga, Pilates, if
Yeah.
it's um what they do now, cardio, or if it's running,
Cycling or running. Yeah.
right,
hmm
cycling, running,
Cycling,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, just do that. Just
Yeah.
do something. Do
Yeah.
something and don't um, do what you can because you really can keep the slow creeping of your body going downhill. You
Yeah.
absolutely, I'm seeing all these people on social media that are doing some phenomenal things and they're in their 70s,
Mm.
80s, even 90s and
Mm.
kicking it and weightlifting
Yeah.
and winning competitions and
Yeah.
racing. There are whole track teams out there of
Yeah.
people in their 80s and 90s running track teams,
Crazy.
right? So you definitely have a choice in the matter. You don't have to just, take it. So absolutely, whatever you do, because that helps with your digestive system, that helps with
Mm.
your cognitive decline. And
Yeah.
absolutely, research have shown exercising absolutely helps with maintaining good cognitive um, working out and things
Yeah.
like function, that is cognitive functions and things. So yeah, yeah. So absolutely, just do something.
Come
Move.
on. Come on.
Yeah.
Move. Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
That's so good. That's so good. That's so good. I love that. I love that you've built that discipline. You know what I'm saying? That's a word a lot of people don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But that discipline is definitely there. But I think what breeds or what gives birth to discipline is the love for it. You know what I'm saying? The enjoyment, the having fun. How important is it for you to have fun and enjoy what you're doing? Like, you ain't just doing it,
Mhm.
but you hating it. You know what I'm saying? And you getting up every day
Right.
angry and mad. How important is it for you to love and enjoy what it is that you're doing?
How important is it to enjoy what I'm doing? Is that the
Mm,
question? Correct?
exactly. Yep. Yep.
Um, how important is it? We are all keepers of the quality of life that we
Mm,
have. We're
mm,
all keepers of that. So enjoyment for another person could easily be coloring
yeah.
or, crossword puzzles and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, enjoying everything is very much important because it keeps you on a level and keeping your mind in a place to where when things are up, things can come to you.
Yeah.
When I mean come to you, it could be open to receiving something that, you know, um, could aid to the next level, right? When you stay in a place that you enjoy what you do and things like that, and you are able, maybe you're in a circumstance that everything is not the way you want it to be,
Yeah.
but understand everything changes. That's just evident.
Mm,
Everything changes, right? We've seen stores come and go.
yeah.
We've seen different things run its course, but staying on a level to where you can keep your mind to where you are enjoying whatever it
Yeah.
is for you, right?
Yeah.
So CrossFit for me, reading for me, um, and different things like that, engaging people, maybe sometimes I need to just have a good conversation,
Yeah.
call some people,
Yeah. Exactly.
um, my
What we
elders.
doing right now? Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Contacting my elders and getting some wisdom,
Yeah.
and being sure that they're not forgotten about,
Yeah. Yeah.
different things like that. So it's very much a part of being balanced, a
Yeah.
balanced period. So
Mm.
it absolutely enjoying what you do, discovering something if you feel you don't enjoy something.
Mm.
Take the time to discover what it is or different things. So it it all contributes to it.
Come on now. Come on. You ooh. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, like I said, this is what you saying or how you are right now is nothing new. This is how you've been, like I said, since the first day I met you, on live. And I want to speak a little bit towards that. Um, so you jumping on lives and you hopping in my live and tell, is that something you do often? Do you hop in a lot of people's lives and you just comment some amazing stuff at the bottom of their comments, or what made you do that in my live? And what is that something you do with TikTok lives? And
Not like as a habit, absolutely no, no.
okay, okay,
And just scrolling in
yeah,
things. Sometimes, if it seems like it's a conversation and things like that, and
mm,
just throw stuff out there, right? So, you just people have conversations of every kind. Some are more
mm,
comical,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or some are very, very serious,
yeah,
and some are specialized population, like gamers. That's a
yeah,
specialized population. I don't know
mm-hmm.
anything about that. That's not,
yeah,
and that's cool.
yeah,
That brings you joy. Continue to do
yeah,
it. So,
mm-hmm.
things like that. But it's just a lot of lines would say, open, it's
Mm,
calm, chill to the conversation, and there are some lives where it's just specifically just conversation.
yeah,
So, sometimes just engage it, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely
And that's the thing.
engage.
A lot of times people are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to speak out. People are high,
Hmm.
they'll look at a live and
Oh
just
yeah.
they'll tuck in the live and just be looking, just be staring. But you pop up and you know what I'm saying? You pop out, and you pop out with words of wisdom, at least for me and my lives. And you pop out with words of encouragement and words of love and
Mhm.
positivity. You know what I'm saying? That you don't shy back from holding words that can be helpful. And you've always been this way. It's always been you, the person to speak up, speak out.
Well, to speak up, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm.
My mom will tell you that. My parents will tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in the play in third grade, all of that. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
But I think there's always going to be a segment of people that it's a struggle for them to see positivity, right?
Yeah.
So when I was in grad school, I was a part of student government association.
Look, come on now. Come on now. What wasn't you a part of? Like, come on.
I was a part of student government association.
Come on
Okay,
now.
so and I remember one of
SBA,
the
right? SBA.
yeah, SBA, right. So it's set up like a Senate. It's set up. You
Wow.
got your president, your vice president, you got the executive boards, you got all of
Mm.
your quote unquote senators, if you will, senators that are part of it and things like that.
Yeah.
So I remember one of the senators, he was part of the ROTC,
Yeah.
and he used to say to me all the time, "Gosh, you're so positive. You're just
Yeah.
so positive."
Yeah.
And I've had people say that, yeah, you're just so supportive. You're
Yep.
just so supportive. And that so but now that part I have to charge that to my mother, because
Wow.
my mother was always into the positive reading part, like Louise Hay and Wayne
Mm.
Dyers and all of that. My mother was always into that. And so, but the humor side, I have to charge that to my father, because
Mm.
my father, my uncles, Everybody got the family comedians and stuff. That was my dad's side, straight
Yeah.
up. So and then, it's always been there,
Yeah.
but again, I just have to advocate to people. Your healing journey is worth the work because when you get through it, and it's not something that ends, but it's definitely something that you take and you will arrive to a point to where it's balanced, it's processed, and
Mm.
it is very much possible to not live with such intense everything, intense depression, anxiety,
Mm.
um, waking up in the morning when your chest is tight and stuff
Yeah.
going on with your stomach and things like. It's absolutely possible to get on the other side of that, to be able to be released from that, right?
Yeah.
So, I had to get to that point,
Yeah.
but in the process, it's almost kind of like the seeds were planted
Mm.
from both sides. The seeds were planted and finally get to the point to where it can bloom, right?
Mm.
So as
Yeah.
far as engaging people and things like that, I didn't grow up in a place where it was contention, arguing, and things like that.
Mm.
I didn't. And like I said, my mom was always the positive one. My mom
Yeah.
was always giving the words, is always redirecting me to, at the time it doesn't make
Wow.
sense,
Yeah. Yeah. My
you're
mom was
going
same way.
through.
Same way. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm. Same,
yeah,
like the same. It sounds like we got the same mama. Yeah.
right,
It builds that
absolutely,
confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm able
right,
to run 13, 12 different communities because it's just like they instill that in you to know that you is, you somebody, you know, and you know that you're the child of the Lord and all these different things that they instill inside of you to
mhm,
let you know, like you don't need that
right,
outside validation.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? A lot of people I think are
It's a
chasing that.
struggle.
It's a struggle. It's
It's
a struggle.
that
Oh
part.
yeah.
That's a struggle part, but then
Yeah.
that's part of your journey to
Yeah.
get that. Because like my mom could have, she gave me the positive side, but then
Yeah.
my dad was the one that pushed me all the time to, go out there and do.
Yeah.
When we had fundraisers in school, he's pushing me. You gotta go talk to the people. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Things like that. So but even if you did not have those things,
Yeah.
even if you didn't,
Yep.
that still does not have to impact today.
I'm on.
It gives you a lot of learning, it gives you a lot of tools, it
Yeah.
creates a lot of characteristics and things like that if you
Yeah.
did not come from all of that.
Yeah.
But you still get to decide today,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't get to choose our family,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then every family is not perfect. Every family
Yeah.
is not perfect. So
Mm.
regardless of that, you get to choose your journey in this moment. What will you do? Will you fight for yourself? And it's like, okay, I need to get a therapist. And I'm an
Yeah.
advocate for therapy.
Yeah.
However, all therapists are not created equal.
Yeah. Oh,
Number
come on now.
two,
Yeah.
there are a ton of specialized approach, such as EMDR, um, uh, DBT, CBT, exposure therapies. There are so many different approaches out there now that therapists can be certified in. I encourage
Yeah.
people to do your research to find out what approach could be in alignment for you
Yeah.
that can work for you, right? And then proceed with that person, because a lot of people's like, well, I don't go to therapy, I just do YouTube and the books. There's something to be said about the visual. There's something
Mhm.
to be said about the books because I have a lot of books thanks to my mom, and there's stuff to be said about the people who you choose to ingest.
Yeah.
You choose to ingest them, right? So
Hmm.
there's something to be said about that. But the thing about therapy is it lets you work out your stuff with someone. When you
Yeah.
try to do it in isolation, you don't have a mirror. But when you
Mm.
work with someone, a good someone, that person can actually be the key to getting you on the path and getting your goals. When you go into therapy, they ask you, what are your goals?
Uh,
What are your therapy goals in our relationship? What you want to do? So, and you and I'm so much a heavy advocate. Change your therapist if it does not work. Don't go
yeah.
6 months
Yeah.
if
Come
it
on
doesn't
now.
give you
Yeah.
something. I've been there with the therapist that it just felt like, oh, I'm paying you for a weekly conversation. I'm not
Yeah.
here for that,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know. And so it wasn't until my therapist, she is from South Africa. She's from South Africa.
Wow.
That sister helped me finally get a breakthrough somewhere.
Wow.
And, we were able to get things accomplished and things like that. And it was so very important because I
Yeah.
was also doing my work. But she got me to that point to where, some of the approaches that she's certified in helped me
Yeah.
see things about my family that I never thought of because you're so
Yeah.
close to it. Never thought of that, didn't realize it until she helped me process it. And so when you get the information, then you get to choose, am I going to make a different decision about it?
Yeah.
And if I can't make a different decision, I need to go back and find out what's the underlying thought.
Yeah. Go back to
What's the
drawing board.
underlying, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very much an advocate for therapy so that you don't have to do your work in isolation in
Yeah.
that. And then what is quality that you find someone that can actually help you with that, what
Yeah.
is quality. You don't have to accept because we're in what do you call it? We're in a capacity now with social media. Everybody gets a microphone, right? Good, bad, and different, and everybody's gonna show up as they are, right?
Yeah.
And we have to sort through. But I guess I see the opportunity out of it is you can repel from it. You sometimes you got to see what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so, that's not for me. That's not healthy. That's not
Yeah.
balanced. That's not
Hmm.
in alignment with who I am. Okay, I got it. Okay, so I definitely don't want to partake of that.
Yeah.
And, so again, finding the right person that can help you through your
Mm.
process, finding the right um, professional providers. That can be
Mm.
anything. Sometimes, they have what's called a raindrop massage. They have the different energetic
Mm.
people that can, work on your body to get the trauma out of your body.
Yeah.
So that may work for somebody else. So,
Yeah.
hmm
Oh, you talking. You talking. And I want to just like double back on this. Trying. You kept mentioning the word trying. You
right,
kept mentioning trying different things. It's not for everybody.
right,
Things are different for everybody. Not everything is the same
right,
for everybody. But trying. So many people don't want to try new things. They want to stay with the
right.
same thing. Blue. Like, you got people who just, I mean, I'm talking for
hmm
years, whether it's an occupation, whether it's a job,
hmm
whether it's, they just keep doing the
right.
same and then they die. You know what I'm saying? Or then like they get old and it's too late now to do the things you could have did. So how big are you on trying new things? How important is that to you? Trying new things. Don't get stuck.
Right. Absolutely. Definitely want to try things.
Mhm.
But I would say, particularly for people that get to the point where I was stagnant or planted for too long, and now I look up and I'm this age or whatever. And it goes back to how you look at it. Even you can't undo the years that has passed. But again, you make a decision to change what you have ahead because we don't get to um, decide our time frame. We don't get to decide that, right? Because we all know somebody that has been through something. I know a lady that lost all of her children and her husband within 2 years. And it's just her from her immediate family. She's raising her grandson. right?
Yeah.
There's been, children who lose parents when they're 2, 3 years old.
Yeah.
There are parents. One lady at my church, she became a widow at age 30.
My goodness. Wow.
You could not have planned that, and she had
Yeah.
3 children at that time.
Wow. Wow.
You could not have planned that. So, and that's the challenge in the American society, because we
Mm,
start with the baseline of our comfort. If
yeah.
it's not in comfort, then it's not good. But who's to say
Yeah.
sometimes a situation comes, the diamond is made in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Humility is grown in the dark, right? So it still goes back to how you choose to look at it, right? So regardless of whatever age it is, you get to decide, oh, I have less sand at the bottom than I do at the top. That goes back to you. Or you can decide going forward, this is going to be my quality of life. This is what I'm going to experience. And no one has the right to make you feel anything. So if people are coming to you to say, you wasted your time or you did this, that if they are able to succeed in that, that's a lot of power to outsource. That's a lot of power to outsource, right? So
Mm,
looking at, being able to, try different things and do different things, absolutely try that. Try it from where you are, because the thing is, we do what we are right? And so, some people they're content with where they are, but that's okay. You
yeah.
can be content if that is what you want. But
Yeah.
if you desire to do something different,
Yeah. Exactly.
sometimes you're going to have to fight your way through to
Come
be
on,
able to get the courage to do that. But
man.
if you have to fight your way through, I may not necessarily have to fight my way through, but I promise you, you fighting through is going to gain and glean more for you to what
Yeah.
you need, what is ahead.
Yeah.
Because you got to go through what you're going through so that when you get to where you're going, you can stay there, right?
Come on.
So, absolutely. So if you have to fight through, okay, that's what you are to do in that moment. That's
Yeah.
what's at hand, right? So absolutely trying something, getting the courage to do
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
different, um, just exploring and things
Yeah.
like that. Um, Even the unknown, I think, paralyzes a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes we run from things. That's our choice of a solution, is let me run away from whatever I'm feeling, instead of owning it and saying, I'm choosing to do this because I want to experience. I just want to see what it is. I just
Yeah.
want to see what it's like to zip line, or if I just want to see what it's like to, you know, uh, try something in another town or another city and things like that. So, um, in terms of trying something different, when you feel that the moment is, do it, because a lot where we get hung up is we make ourselves feel wrong, right? We just make ourselves feel wrong about the current situation
Yeah.
rather than, I think I want to try something,
Yeah.
right? Because abundance breeds abundance. You have
Yeah.
to, Esther, what is it? Abraham Hicks, I think, said, you don't struggle your way to joy, you joy your way to joy,
Mm.
right?
Wow.
So,
Oh, I like that. Okay.
right. Yeah, yeah. So absolutely try new things because you made the choice to try it, not
Yeah.
because you are frustrated, you are want to run away from something, or you want to be
Yeah.
rebellious towards something. But just, pursue it because curiosity.
Yeah.
Pursue it because hey, just try it out. But it, Frankie Beverly told Donnie Simpson this. He said to Donnie Simpson, he said, um, life is going to work itself out. It has no choice but to work itself out, right? And that could be a demonstration of Romans 8:28. All things work together
Mm.
for good, right?
Come on.
So knowing that you're going to be okay if you take the risk or if you try something new or you do something,
Hmm.
it's going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely, yeah.
Mm. I love it. You, my goodness, man. You doggone speaking life. I'm trying to tell you, this is so good. I can't wait to cut this up because it's so much good stuff, man. Like, I love this. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep people like you around me because it's hard. It's hard finding people
Hmm.
like you. It's hard. Like it's hard.
Right,
Like
it is.
it is hard finding nice people, kind people, positive people, and negativity is so loud. It's so you can find that anywhere. You can cut on the TV, cut on
Right,
the news. It's right there. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And positivity is easy to find too, but it's negativity is just louder. In this day and age, it's
right,
louder. People are driven by fear, negative, negativity. They were raised by fear, and so they feel like they got to enact
right,
that on other people. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
that's why I love getting on the call with you. That's why I love talking to you because it's like, man, it felt like a bubble bath. You know what I'm saying? Like a warm bubble bath. Like
That's
it's
funny.
yeah, it does. It's like, dang, like you know you're gonna get something out of this. You know you're gonna be relaxed,
Hmm.
and you know you're gonna be encouraged. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's how I feel. It's just like,
Hmm.
man, I don't know if any of the other viewers, as we closing this out, any other viewers, I don't know if y'all feel this way, man, but y'all comment down below. I'm gonna post this on YouTube or any other snippets. Y'all comment down below and tell me how y'all feel after y'all done heard this. You know what I'm saying? This woman is phenomenal. Like I said, she jumped in my freaking TikTok live saying these exact
Hmm.
same words. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just pouring in. And so I couldn't be
Right.
selfish and keep your light to myself. So I had to share it with other people. You know what I'm saying? I could have did that, but I ain't want to just do that and keep it in my DMs. But I wanted y'all to see who it is, who it is. You know what I'm saying?
You know what that sound like? Well, she just slid in the DMs.
Hey,
But I get it, putting the person in the words, because you got
yeah,
so many bots and scam accounts and stuff, and people know how
yeah,
to talk a good game and be
exactly,
persuasive and all of that. But then, when it's authentic and
exactly,
true, people will know.
exactly.
People will know, right?
You can
So,
tell. You can tell when
right,
someone's
people
fake.
can tell.
Hmm. You can tell.
Hmm.
So it's you amazing. Yeah, I admire you. And I encourage other people
I
to
appreciate it.
for real. I encourage other
I
people to
appreciate
to
it.
to follow you. And I noticed that you don't post a lot of content. You don't post a lot of content, at least on TikTok. You don't post a lot. Yeah, but
That's true.
but you need to. Why you ain't posting content like this? Why you ain't looking at the camera and just talking? Because you got it.
I appreciate that. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe the timing is right.
Yeah, you got a nice face, you know what I'm
To
saying?
do.
So let people
I
look at
thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Don't be hiding, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, let people look at you.
Yeah.
Let people see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about doing like the. I think it's so cool. I saw somebody had. I don't know. I've heard. I guess you could do it on Canvas or something
Mm-hmm.
where you kind of have a person. It kind of talks and then like a voiceover thing. I think that is the
Mm,
coolest thing. I
yeah.
like. I know that I can do that. You can put my voice to the person
Yeah.
that does all of the. I guess animation things. I think that is just
Yeah.
so cool.
So,
But
so it's
you
not
know,
really.
I get what you're saying because, and I
Hmm.
said this to my practitioner: hurt people, heal people.
Come on.
So yeah, I really appreciate your words. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the time.
Yeah. I encourage you. I encourage you to, because you got a lot that people need to hear. You do. You got a lot that people need to hear.
Mhm.
And we need people like you out there, loud and talking and you know what I'm saying, encouraging. And we need people like you for real. Like this world is dark, but there's a lot of light. It's just it's hard to find them, but
Right.
when you find them, it's amazing. Where can people find you? Where can they follow you? if you don't mind.
On TikTok, it is Blue Poodle.
There you
It's
go.
Blue Poodle on TikTok, absolutely. So
There we
I'm
go.
trying to do more TikTok, although, on Facebook, I still have things on Facebook.
Yeah.
Um, Blue Affinity, but
Mm,
more than that. So, but I appreciate it. Definitely TikTok, everything. Um, it's something to serve. Not everybody wants to serve
yeah.
unless they get something in exchange. So they
Yeah.
want to see a result from their
Yep.
serving.
Hmm.
But that's just um, it's the way we are in life and
Yeah.
spiritual realms. It's we don't have as much control as we think we do,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
when the principle says you sow and you reap
Yeah.
what you sow, that is the part that you have control over. Just sow it. And
Yeah.
then there will be things far beyond your control. Like I said, abundance breeds abundance, right? So absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. I really appreciate this time.
Hey, I appreciate you. You have no idea. I feel like I need to pay you for your time. Like this is I'm for real. Like I'm about to write you a check because you're over here playing. Like,
Um,
yeah, I mean, this is valuable information, valuable stuff. And I can't wait to post this. I'm gonna be posting some of this today. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna be tagging you in it. I'm gonna definitely have you in it. You're gonna see your face on just about every social media platform I have. So be on the lookout there. But your words, I need people to hear. I need people to hear this because it's amazing. It's amazing. That's what I
wow. Oh
love
God,
about what I
thank
do.
you.
This is what I love about what I do. When you there's gold mines. There's people you find and it's like, oh snap. Like they've been sitting there on my friend list. They've been in my DMs and I didn't even know they were this cool. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's a pleasure. It's an honor. We can wrap it up here. Andy, I'm gonna stop the recording. But again, thank you. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before we end the podcast?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity
Of course.
to share. Anytime to share, that definitely brings joy to me and
Mm,
that. So, it's like in closing remarks,
mm, yeah.
um, don't give your power away. You get to choose. You get to choose.
Mm,
Don't give your power away. Don't outsource your power. Don't outsource um, your validation. Don't
mm,
outsource looking for the things. I say this all the time. Everything you seek is not external. The
mm,
answer you seek is not external. The answer you seek is not external. It starts internal. It starts with you.
mm,
You decide your boundaries, but you decide if you're going to build a wall and call it a boundary, and that's built out of defense, or
mm.
if you're going to put a boundary up because you recognize um, I got to be sure I'm keeping in line with my peace,
Yeah,
right? My peace of
yeah.
mind, right? So, do your work. I know that sounds like Auntie Alanya Van Zandt. She's also do your work, do your
Yeah,
work,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
do your work. But they think you're worth it, right?
Yeah.
Just do what's best for you, explore everything, and always believe it's gonna work out.
Mm.
Always believe it's gonna work out.
Wow, man. Y'all, your boy Trey. Let's just talk Trey. Blue Poodle. Y'all heard it, man. She here.
Mhm.
Again, repping the sorority, but also giving and delivering amazing, amazing words, an amazing, amazing message, man. Y'all go follow her on TikTok, again, and let her know
Yeah.
that I sent y'all. Message her, DM her, man. Do whatever y'all need to do, but interact with this woman. This is somebody you want in your corner. Absolutely. Absolutely. Until
Thank
next
you.
time, y'all.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Next time, y'all already know your boy Trey. Peace. Here we go.